Hello everybody, and yeah, welcome to my fourth game of the GBA Fan Discord League. Yeah, I've got a post-com for this match, just because of circumstances. Today I was not able to finish off my live com. I did start it, but yeah, had to get interrupted with that, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, so I guess we'll just jump into this game. As we can see from the team preview here, he brought the Nihilego, the Victini, the what do you call that thing? The Ferrothorn, the Rabombi, the Scolipede, and the Weavile. Whereas I've got Zygarde, the Zapdos, the Ninetales of the Alolan variety, Scizor, Terrakion, and Tentacruel. Now, Ninetales was misprepped as Snowcloak and not Snow Warning. That was my bad, obviously. So that makes that kind of useless this match. It was an Aurora Veil set, so yeah, not the best there, unfortunately. Zygarde was Dragon Dance Z move, Tectonic Rage, I think. Whatever it is. Ground EMZ, 1000 Arrows with Dragon Dance. Zapdos was Roost, Defog, Heat Wave, Discharge, Ninetales, Aurora Veil, Freeze Dry, something or other. I can't remember what else. Scizor, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, a couple of other moves, I guess. It's all in the sidebar scrolling there. At least it should be. I think it's still this team. So, Terrakion, Choice Scarf, and then Tentacruel was Assault Vested. With a lot of rock moves, because obviously his team is quite weak to rock with that Victini, the Rabombi, the Scolipede, and the Weavile. But yeah, anyway, I lead. What do I lead with? Zygarde, I think. Potentially it was. Whatever it was not what I wanted to lead with. I wanted to lead with Ninetales, get that hail up straight away, but you know, not possible because I did not bring Snow Warning. But yeah, I lead Zapdos, and he leads with the Weavile. Now I am fully defensive Rocky Helmet Zapdos here. I could have Heat Waved and done a chunk to this thing, but I didn't want to take that Icicle Crash straight away and put me down on like 1% health while it has Ice Shard. So I switch out and he gets a Swords Dance off. This is already not looking good to me. Now, Ninetales looks like it can live everything. I did not calc the Poison Jab, which is what he goes for, and Ninetales goes down. But, I mean, that's not a big deal. Ninetales didn't have the hail. It was pretty useless to me at this point anyway. Like, it didn't really do much against his team. So just sacking it to get something that I wanted to be in was good for me. And yeah, so without bringing the hail, the Ninetales was kind of useless. So what can you do? It goes down. That's fine at this point. Scizor, because I can revenge with that Bullet Punch. It's going to kill 100%. Except he's got the Focus Sash, which if I had the hail, that would have been good. He would have had to get out or lose the Weavile at this point. But instead, the Focus Sash saves his life, and Scizor takes a massive Brick Break there. And then he switches into the Ferrothorn, Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs to do a chunk back to my Scizor. I was expecting it, but I couldn't really risk going for something else and letting that Weavile get a free attack off. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I could have, I guess, but I didn't want to risk it. I take the damage from the bullet punch. It doesn't kill me, so I can still use this thing later. Switch into Zapdos as he's going to get his Stealth Rocks up, I think. Yeah, there we go. But that's okay. I can defog them away, which I don't because I Heat Wave, hoping that it would stay in, try and Toxic me or Leech Seed me or something like that. But he switches into Victini, who Glaciates. I'm fully defensive, so that's okay. I can roost up on that. I defog away those Stealth Rocks. But yeah, so I'm definitely on the back foot here with that misprep and all that jazz. And he's definitely playing around the team that I have decently well at this point. But yeah, so this Victini is obviously going to Glaciate me again. It's already faster than me, and it's just going to be lowering my speed even more. But it's not going to kill me by a crit at this point. I don't even think a crit would kill me just yet. But I'm slowly gaining health on this thing just because of it's doing slightly below 50%, so I'm healing up more than it's doing to me at this point. That does allow him to get into Tentacruel, who takes that really well, Assault Vested, so but we find out that it does have that Psychic, which not really surprised there, but I do take one. Scald does a nice chunk of damage. I should be able to live another Psychic, so I stay in to get some more Scald off, as he's going to Glaciate, thinking I'm going to switch into the Zapdos there. But that's okay. So I do get a nice Scald off there. Here, I probably should have switched. But I do go for that Scald again, as he just Psychics and knocks out my Tentacruel. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Tentacruel didn't really do much to anything else at this point. And that lets me get the Terrakion in for free, as he's going to switch out. I could have superpowered. I was expecting this thing to come in, but I didn't really want to take that the Rocky Helmet Iron Barb's damage on my Terrakion at this point, so I went for the Earthquake, thinking like if he brings in the Scolipede, it's going to chunk. If he brings in the Nihilego, it's probably going to kill. Ribombee will take it okay, but Ribombee's not the bulkiest, so it would have been alright there as well. Weavile was at 1%, so it would have died no matter what. And like just getting a little bit of chip off on this Ferrothorn is good for my team as well. And so I switch in the Zapdos here as he switches out into that Scolipede, as Scolipede's going to Endeavor, but it's already faster than me, so it's just going to lower its own health, I guess. Oh yeah, from the Rocky Helmet, right? But yeah, so I get a Discharge off. I was hoping there for a Para, but not going to happen, as he Rock Slides on the switch into the Scizor. I was thinking there that he was going to Endeavor again, but I guess Endeavoring into the Rocky Helmet again would not really be the smartest idea, so he does go for that Rock Slide, which wasn't a bad idea either. So yeah, my team is getting chipped and dealt with pretty decently here, so I'm definitely on the back foot. It's going to be tough to come back from this, for sure. I get my Zygarde in, and I can E-Speed here, take this thing out, except not quite. And then I get Endeavored down to 4%, unfortunately. And now here, I was expecting the Ferrothorn to come in and just take this E-Speed, knock out my Zygarde for free. Would have been a good move, in my opinion. But he does Aqua Tail, and like the Scolipede gets another kill here, and I was like, well, okay. Like, Ferrothorn could have got that kill essentially for free. I mean, but I guess it did let the Scolipede just get the kill essentially for free there as well. I did actually Dragon Dance up thinking that that Ferrothorn was going to come in. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to kill it with Z Tectonic Rage or anything like that anyway. It's a bit too bulky for that. But, like, just chipping it down would have been good anyway. So, unfortunately, yeah, that's going to get that kill on me. But yeah, so yeah, that's my thought process on why I didn't just e-speed again there. Like, I would have gone down for free to the Ferrothorn, but what can you do? Here, I'm gonna have to play really tightly with my Zapdos and my Terrakion if I want to be able to, like, these two can deal with everything. Choice Scarf Terrakion is gonna put in work with that Rock Slide against the Rabombi and the Victini, and then Earthquake against the Nihilego, but it's going to be tough work to make the right predictions and switches. Now, we've obviously seen the Psychic from Victini. That's going to be dangerous for a Terrakion to switch into. He does still have that priority Ice Shard from the Weavile, so, and that's still going to do a chunk to my Terrakion, but he does miss the Aqua Tail. Luckily there, so that's going to get us a kill on this as I go for the Rock Slide, thinking that he might switch into something or other. Earthquake could have been good as well, but thinking that he could have gone into Rabombi or something like that, Rock Slide was my best bet. And here he comes into the Nihilego, and we find out that it does have the Psyshock, which is okay. Zapdos can take that decently, and I got a Roost up here. Actually, I switch, thinking that he might stay and go for the Power Gem, the Rock Move, something like that. But like, because that could have been pretty dangerous for me if he had just gone for that. I switched in thinking that he's going to go for the Rock Move, but he switches out, I guess, predicting that. And I don't really want to superpower this thing into taking that the Rocky Helmet Iron Barbs, so I switch back out into Zapdos as he Leech Seeds. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to, like, deal with that. I go for my Heat Wave. Oh, actually, I roost up there. That was, yeah, that was where I roosted. I did need to get my health back up because I was getting a bit low. Victini would have knocked me out at that point, possibly. But this is going to allow me to get a discharge off. And I do get the para, which is good. But he does get some health back. I am slowed, so I think I'd still be slower than this thing. I got to switch out, as he does get fully parried, which was really lucky for me once again. But yeah, here I just go for the Rock Slide. It does nothing. Rock Slide would have done the most to everything else. Like, on average, if he had bought the Nihilego in there, the Rock Slide would have done over half. It would have taken the Victini out. It would have killed the Rabombi, and it would have finished off the Weavile too. Luckily, my Terrakion still hasn't taken any damage, so it can still take one Psyshock from the Nihilego. It can take one Moonblast from the Rabombi, and it can take one Ice Shard from the Weavile, but it can't take I don't think it can take a Psyshock into a Ice Shard, which is something that I'm very scared about right now. But yeah, so I've got my Zapdos back in here, 14% against this Ferrothorn. I don't want to mess around with it. I just Heat Wave, get rid of it, and that way my Terrakion is able to just deal with anything. I do switch in my Trachyon there, expecting because just so I can switch between Earthquake and Rock Slide at this point. So I can go for an Earthquake here, I can go for a Rock Slide here, something or other like that, and switch around if I have to. I do go for the Earthquake, I believe. Yep, Victini goes down, which is good for me. But then he brings the Ribombee in. Earthquake's not going to be doing enough to this, so I switch into the Zapdos, so I can switch back out. He takes the Quiver Dance, and that means this Zapdos is going down. But that does allow me to get into my Trachyon. I was actually worried that this would outspeed me at this point, because Ribombee's base speed is higher than Terrakyon's base speed, and it's essentially got a Scarf with that Quiver Dance boost there. So I was thinking it's going to be faster than Scarf Terracyon, right? I go for the Rock Slide, it's all I can do. I say good game because I assumed that it was over because it was going to outspeed me, but it didn't. But it's going to take 2 Rock Slides to kill this Nihilego, so the only way I win here is by flinching the Nihilego, and wouldn't you know it, I flinch the Nihilego and get real lucky. Now the only way I lose is if I miss a Rock Slide. That's the only way I lose at this point, and I don't miss a Rock Slide, so I got extremely lucky in this game. I misplayed. I obviously misprepped with the Ninetales. Having that Hail might have been real useful, to be honest. I would have been able to chip that Weavile down just enough. That Bullet Punch from the Scizor would have killed it. I mean, I still think I would have had to have sacked off the Ninetales to be able to get the Scizor in for free. But, I mean, Weavile still could have gone for that Poison Jab, I guess, and Scizor would have been immune. But, like, I didn't even think about Poison Jab, to be honest, so it wasn't really on my mind to switch into Scizor at that point, but I mean, that definitely could have been good. And I didn't really want to take, like, whatever else he wanted to go for against the Ninetales on the Scizor at that point either. But, like, as I said, the Hail, not having the Hail was real bad. And I got extremely lucky to come away with this win, not going to deny that. But, you know what? I will take it. I will take it any day of the week, and that puts me at 4-0 plus 4. So I've had a lot of close games. I've had a lot of luck in this GBA Fan Discord League. I'm not gonna lie, but on to the brackets for me, that is, and hopefully I will be able to win more with skill rather than luck when it comes to the brackets. But yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all later.